Chris, can the health system afford to be in this position when we're potentially losing this many GPs a year?
Well, my message to the union, the New Zealand Nurses Union, is get back around the negotiating table. There's about 4,000 planned surgeries that are being put at risk due to this strike action. Nurses have had a large pay increase over the last 14 or 15 years. The average nurse now earns around $125,000 per year. That's roughly comparable with New South Wales. We've added 2,000 nurses since November 2023 to the health workforce, so there'll be some sympathy, obviously, on one level. Everyone wants to get a pay increase, but actually we need nurses out there doing the work, and my message to them is don't put patient safety at risk by playing politics.
Their safety is already at risk.
Yeah, and there was a good question here by Chris Chang. It's not in this, but it's in the third bit where he basically goes, yeah, but the nurses are saying they're striking for their patient safety, which we said last night as well. You're saying they shouldn't put their patients in an unsafe place by not being there. They're saying they're not being there because you guys are putting their patients in an unsafe place, which is a perfectly good response, but that's still to come.
Okay, so not so much sympathy from yourself then. That is almost verbatim what Simeon Brown said yesterday. Kieran, do you accept that?
Pulled out.
No, and it didn't answer the question. Your question was, can we afford this risk to the health system? And then Bishop just went and parroted out the same lines that all the government ministers have been saying. And I'm not sure this tactic's going to work, trying to pin patients against the nurses. Anyone that has had any engagement with the health system of late knows how hard our health professionals work, and they've seen firsthand how much they are under the pump. And if any ministers from the government bothered to turn up and talk to nurses yesterday, they would have heard that actually they're not protesting primarily about pay. They are protesting about patient safety, the very thing the government is trying to jump on their high.
Literally a safer workspace for both them and for the patient, because if it's not safe for the nurses, then the patients are at more risk. And I think Kieran mentions here about patients having to sleep in their own feces or mess their beds and stuff because there weren't enough nurses to get to various patients in time to help them, like the nurses both wanted to and should have been able to.
Trying to
but before you press play, hang on. Just watch what he's saying and then watch Chris's head. Because it's really interesting. I love watching people's body language because it's really awkward to sit there. Like, he made a grimace before about something that Kieran said. There is a slight nod of acknowledgement just before you're about to play. It's at the end of this, basically. He agrees with him.
Yeah.
He goes grimace, whatever. But right at the towards the end of what he's saying, that's his grimace.
That's the grimace.
Yeah. That's the fake grimace. But there's a very small nod of acknowledgement that it's about patient safety. That's just my 2 cents.
Okay, well, I've gone back a little bit, so we'll just
watch it. Just watch his head.
Yeah. Patients against the nurses. Anyone that has had any engagement with the health system of late knows how hard our health professionals work, and they've seen firsthand how much they are under the pump. And if any ministers from the government bothered to turn up and talk to nurses yesterday, they would have heard that actually they're not protesting primarily about pay. They are protesting about patient safety, the very thing the government is trying to jump on their high horse.
Tiny, you can't stop. When you hear something, it's really hard to just sit there and stay still. You could tell he was fighting, just going, I acknowledge that.
But Daddy Luxon would tell me off if I acknowledge that, so I better stop myself. It's hard to stop myself, but I better stop myself.
I agree. Shit,
patient safety, the very thing the government is trying to jump on their high horse about is the thing that nurses are worried about. They are understaffed, they are overworked, there are basic things that they simply cannot do. We're hearing stories of people that unfortunately soil themselves in bed and there's no nurses to be able to come and help them because they are under pressure elsewhere. And injuries and things like bed sores have increased by around 30%, I think. These are direct results of understaffing and an overworked workforce.